It's easy to assume that someone who looks rich is actually well off. The fancy clothes, the flashy car, the luxurious lifestyle, it all seems to scream wealth. But here's a surprising truth. The people who appear the wealthiest might actually be the ones struggling the most financially. It's ironic, but often the more someone works to look successful, the more likely they are hiding serious money problems. So what's going on here? Let's take a closer look at the reasons behind this surprising reality. By the way, if you're finding this video helpful and want more content like this, comment more below. Let's keep going. Many people believe that owning expensive things or appearing wealthy will bring them happiness. But this is a misconception. It's easy to understand why people fall for this belief, especially with the constant bombardment of advertisements that tell us that material possessions are the key to success and happiness. The excitement of buying something new or luxurious can be thrilling at first, providing a sense of achievement or the belief that you've reached a new level in life. For a short time, you might feel proud or content, as though you've accomplished something significant. But that excitement fades quickly, and soon you find yourself searching for the next big purchase, hoping it will deliver the same joy. The truth is, real happiness doesn't come from flaunting expensive things. Genuine happiness and fulfillment come from things money can't buy, like financial security, healthy relationships, and a sense of purpose. These are the foundations of lasting well-being. Yet when people try to buy happiness by spending excessively on material possessions, they often end up in a worse place. They start to accumulate debt, struggle with rising bills, and find themselves constantly chasing the next purchase just to keep up appearances. What they don't realize is that in trying to appear happy through wealth, they actually become more stressed, anxious, and overwhelmed. This creates a cycle that's hard to break. Instead of enjoying life and feeling fulfilled, many end up living paycheck to paycheck, barely keeping their head above water financially. They spend more time worrying about money and what others think than focusing on what truly brings happiness, peace of mind, security, and meaningful connections with others. It's almost ironic. By chasing happiness through material goods, people unknowingly trap themselves in a cycle of stress and dissatisfaction. In the end, the pursuit of happiness through possessions doesn't bring true fulfillment. Instead, it leads to more anxiety, deeper debt, and less contentment. True happiness, after all, is built from within and cannot be bought. Another reason people try so hard to look rich is because they feel insecure. Deep down, they may feel like they're not measuring up or haven't reached the level of success they hoped for. Whether it's in their job, relationships, or even how they see themselves, these feelings of not being enough can weigh heavily. To cover up those feelings of disappointment, they often try to appear wealthy. By buying expensive clothes, flashy cars, or the latest trends, they want to send the message, "I'm doing great," even though inside they might know they're not where they want to be in life. This effort to look wealthy is really just a way to boost their confidence, even if it's only temporary. The problem is that this external image doesn't fix the deeper issues. Instead of working on their true personal growth or facing the insecurities head-on, they use material items as a quick fix. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a bigger problem. Looking rich on the outside doesn't change the fact that they might be struggling financially, and in many cases, trying to keep up appearances only makes things worse. As credit card bills pile up and debt increases, the stress and feelings of inadequacy only grow. So in the end, trying to look successful actually makes their insecurities worse. Many people who are struggling financially believe that looking rich is the key to success, thinking that if they dress and act like wealthy people, they'll somehow get closer to achieving their goals. Movies, TV shows, and social media often portray wealthy people wearing designer clothes, driving flashy cars, and taking luxurious vacations, which can lead to the belief that this is what being rich is all about. But in reality, true wealth looks very different. Wealthy people often live much more modestly than you'd expect. They don't walk around trying to show off their wealth. In fact, many of them prefer to stay under the radar. Instead of spending on things that lose value, like fancy cars and expensive clothes, they focus on building real assets, like businesses, real estate, and investments, that grow their wealth over time. On the other hand, some people who try to look rich spend all their money on things that don't actually hold value, like designer clothes, expensive gadgets, or flashy cars. These items might look impressive at first, but they lose their value quickly. As a result, they end up spending more than they can afford, falling into debt and creating financial stress for themselves. While they may appear wealthy to others, this attempt to show off often takes them further away from real financial security. Instead of building savings or investments that can grow over time, they end up trapped in a cycle of overspending and worrying about money. In the end, the desire to look rich can actually make it harder to achieve lasting financial stability. True peace and happiness come from knowing you're in control of your money, planning for a stable future, and focusing on the people and things that really matter, not just the things that look impressive on the outside. For many people, trying to appear rich is about gaining respect and boosting their social status. The idea is that the more money you have, the more people will admire you. So they spend on expensive clothes, luxury cars, and lavish vacations, hoping to impress others and seem successful. But here's the problem. This approach often doesn't work the way people expect. Instead of being seen as successful, they may come across as trying too hard, or even as fake or irresponsible. People can usually tell when someone is more focused on appearances than being genuine. No matter how many luxury items someone owns, it won't lead to real respect. What earns true admiration is your character, values, and the positive influence you have on others. These qualities matter far more than the things you have. Additionally, the pressure to keep up appearances can be stressful. Constantly trying to impress others can lead to more debt, as people might charge expenses to credit cards or even borrow money to maintain their rich lifestyle. Over time, this not only causes financial problems, but also creates emotional stress, because the gap between their actual financial situation and the image they're trying to project keeps growing. In the end, trying to look wealthy often backfires. Instead of feeling respected, people end up struggling to maintain the image they've created. Real respect comes from who you are and how you treat others, not from the possessions you own. The phrase, "keeping up with the Joneses," is a powerful way to explain why so many people end up overspending to appear wealthy. It highlights the pressure we often feel to match the lifestyles of those around us, whether it's our neighbors, friends, or coworkers. When people around us show off their shiny new cars, vacations, or high-end clothes, it can create a sense of competition. The more someone flaunts their expensive lifestyle, the more others feel the need to keep up, starting a cycle of one-upping each other that can quickly spiral out of control. This pressure to look rich is only made worse by social media. On platforms like Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok, we're constantly bombarded with photos of people living what seem like perfect lives, traveling to beautiful places, buying the latest gadgets, or always wearing the latest fashion. These images are often carefully curated to show only the highlights, making others feel like they're missing out. It becomes so easy to fall into the trap of comparison, where we think that if we don't have the same things, we're somehow failing or falling behind in life. This constant cycle of comparing ourselves to others pushes people into overspending. Many end up charging purchases to credit cards or even taking out loans just to maintain an image that, in most cases, isn't even real. We rarely see the full picture. While it may appear that the Joneses are living the dream with their luxury vacations and expensive gadgets, the truth is they could be struggling financially just like everyone else. They might be relying on credit cards or loans to maintain their lifestyle, living paycheck to paycheck, or carrying debt just to keep up appearances. But all we see are the flashy photos and the perfect posts on social media, which can mislead us into thinking their life is picture perfect. The sad reality is that trying to live up to this image of wealth and success only leads to financial ruin for many people. Instead of feeling fulfilled or more successful, people often find themselves overwhelmed with stress, anxiety, and a growing pile of debt. The pressure to impress others and keep up with a lifestyle that doesn't belong to them can cause serious harm to their financial future. Instead of investing in things that truly matter, like savings, building wealth, or personal growth, they spend all their energy and resources trying to maintain a fake image. In the long run, trying to keep up with the Joneses doesn't lead to true happiness. It leads to financial instability and emotional stress. The truth is, the people who are truly successful don't spend their time or money trying to impress others. They focus on building real value in their lives, whether that's through investments, relationships, or personal development, and they're not concerned with how others perceive them. What's more important than having the latest designer item or the biggest house is feeling secure in your own choices and living within your means. Real peace and success come from knowing that you are in control of your financial situation, not from trying to outshine others. Just because someone seems to be doing well or showing off wealth doesn't mean they're actually better off than you. In fact, if someone is working hard to look rich or constantly talking about how much money they make, what they spend, or what they buy, it might be a sign that they're not as financially secure as they seem. Often, people who are always trying to show off their wealth are doing so to cover up their real financial situation. They might be living paycheck to paycheck or buried in debt, trying to impress others. It's important to remember that what someone chooses to share with the world doesn't always reflect what's really going on behind the scenes. True financial stability is usually quiet and doesn't depend on flashy displays or bragging about money. In fact, the people who try hardest to appear wealthy are often the ones struggling the most with their finances. Their overspending is often driven by feelings of insecurity and the false belief that looking rich equals being successful. They chase respect and happiness through material things, but this only leads them into a cycle of debt and financial stress. Real wealth isn't about how much you show off. It's about having financial security, making smart money choices, and living within your means. Instead of focusing on trying to look rich, it's better to focus on building true wealth that lasts and supports your future. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments. For more informative content on finance, entrepreneurship, and self-improvement, subscribe to our channel. We post new videos every other day to help you succeed in various aspects of life. Have a great day and see you in the next one.